All the liquor and some bill wheels. I've been at it since a church. Work. Tell little baby, make it twerk. Twerk. Go crazy, go crazy. Bro, pass me the rock. I've been moving out the box. Top speed going top. 101 going pop. Getting hot. In the paint, never flop. At the rim like who? Get the crown like Braun. Yeah, make it some and I'm spending some. What's the plan? Bet I get it done. It's me.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Cold Hard Football Fact Show for September 6, 2022, CHFF TV. You're watching live. My name is Tanner Kern, and we are talking NFL football. We have finally made it, people. We have finally made it. The NFL is back. We are on opening week. We have football in a couple days. Bills and Rams kicking off at SoFi Stadium on Thursday night, then a huge slate of games on Sunday, and then we finish up Monday night when Russell Wilson goes back to his old team, Seattle, to take on the Seahawks. How we doing on TikTok? How we doing on YouTube, guys? If you want to watch on YouTube and you're watching on TikTok right now, go up to the link in the bio. You can see the fancy graphics. We got new graphics. We got a new green screen today. We're locked in, ready to go. Someone's going to come in here and ask me why I have a green screen up on TikTok. It's because we're using it on YouTube. So make sure you go to YouTube, click the link in the bio, and let's get it going here. How we doing? Let's answer some comments right now. Just got in here. What we talking about? NFL football all day long. NFL betting, NFL fantasy, guys. We have a huge week of shows planned. Every day we'll be live talking NFL at noon during your lunch break. Put me in your ears and let's have a chat about sports betting, NFL betting. We talk baseball around 10 a.m. every day. Also, Sunday we're going to have a huge kickoff show, so make sure you're looking forward to that as well, guys. Thoughts on T. Higgins? I think T. Higgins is going to be electric this year. I think he's going to be a very valuable asset to the Cincinnati Bengals. He's going to get wide receiver one kind of targets, even though he's not the quote-unquote wide receiver one. He's still going to be huge for them this season. Pittsburgh versus Tennessee Saturday. Pittsburgh versus Tennessee on Saturday. Going to be a great college football game. We'll talk about that a little more on Saturday. House of Combat MMA. What's up, Jake? How you doing? Bills minus 2.5. Josh MVP Allen 2+ touchdowns. I like it. Keep in mind, guys, DraftKings has that 7-point promo. If any team goes up by 7 points on the money line in that game, you cash your bet no matter if they win or lose. Stafford over 24.5 completions. I like him to go over that. I think Stafford comes out slinging the football. Favorite dog this week, I believe last year's dogs were 11-5 opening week. You're dust bud. What's that even mean? I don't know what the 10-year-olds are talking about. You're in math class right now. Calm down. Jets +7. Jets +7 I don't love, but Zach Wilson will likely play. Will Rams be up by 7 points at any point in the game? So you're talking about that DraftKings promo. Listen, for that DraftKings promo, the Rams are more appealing because obviously if they get the football, go down, score, they win, and they're dogs, right? You hit your 7-point promo. For us, we're going to be playing Bills still. I'm going to play it safe because ultimately I do trust the Bills to win that football game, whether they're up 7 or not at any point during the game. Sorry, just joined. We're Rams or Bills. I'm on the Bills, guys. Chiefs, we can talk about Chiefs a little bit more in the show. I do think the Chiefs are going to be looking good. Where's this guy looking? The YouTube camera's here, guys, so I don't look directly at TikTok. YouTube camera's here. I got to balance it out. Man, the people, I got multiple cameras. So if you want to watch on YouTube, see the fancy graphics, go over, click the link in the bio. Is that on FanDuel, the promo? The promo is on DraftKings. Thoughts on T. Higgins in fantasy football? I think he's going to be very valuable wide receiver 2 more so in fantasy football, but a very, very good catch if you can get him, whether he's playing your flex or your wide receiver 2 there. The promo is only on DraftKings, guys. Follow the page. There we go. I like it. DJ Big T following the page. I love it. Got some comments here from Beers and Bowtie. I was top wide receiver other than Jamar, Justin, or Cooper. I have a good feeling about Juju with this new quarterback. I agree. I was on Reddit and saw a question name a top wide receiver 1 other than Jamar, Justin, or Cooper. I had a good feeling about Juju with this new quarterback. There you go, Beers and Bowtie. I think Juju is going to be very, very good with his new quarterback. I accidentally pressed the decline button. Why are you pressing the decline button? Don't do that. Titans cover minus 5.5 versus the Giants. I think so. I bet 500 on Browns to win the Super Bowl. I get 20K. I don't think the Browns will win the Super Bowl, but if you want to do that, go for it. Cup anytime touchdown, right? You got to go Cup anytime touchdown. You absolutely have to. Who wins this deal? What deal we talking about? You got to put it back in. That's where you're pressing the decline button. So put the deal back in and we can get to that. But while we're doing that, let's get to a few ads here. Actually, you know what? Let me get to a couple more questions. Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Hall, Jacobs, and Zamir for, let's see here. Let's get it going. Grant coming in here. Rams, Bills under 44.5. Plus 250 is a steal, going plus 250. Big plus money there. Defense is ahead of offenses this time of year, and these two defenses are fantastic. Grant, I love that take, but at the same time, too, I don't like playing totals week 1 just because you never know what you're going to get out of the offenses and the defense. Yes, in the big scheme of things, defenses are most likely ahead of the offenses, but you just never know coming into week 1. Okay, here we go. Matt Stafford, Kupp, Hall, Jacobs, and Zamir for Herbert, Amon, R.A. Chubb, and Lockett. I like the first group of guys a lot better. Tanner, your thoughts on cappers who charge for picks? Again, guys, I don't charge for picks. I think it's kind of a crapshoot. We're here at Cold Hard. We have a service. This is my service. This is my company, guys. We have stats that are unique to us to help you win money. But charging for picks, I mean, I don't know. The first group won the trade. Interesting lad. I have Herbert. The first group definitely won the trade there. Is TJ Hawkinson a good tight end? One. Yeah, TJ Hawkinson is definitely a good tight end. One. There's not a lot of great tight ends in the NFL right now. But going back to cappers who charge for picks, I don't see any problem with it necessarily. I wouldn't do it. I would never buy picks because I think it's a crapshoot. It's Fugazi, it's Fugazi. Nobody knows what's going to happen. All we can do is prepare our best to win, right? And if someone has an approach that works and you like it, go for it, pay them. But overall, it just wouldn't be my thing. You guys get after me for losing baseball picks when I'm not even charging you. So can you imagine if I was charging you? Come on now. Just charge me for the picks. Tater Chip, what's up? I'm so butthurt about it. Come on. Who will go wide receiver number one? Who will go wide receiver number one? Cooper Kupp. Who wins this trade? A.J. Brown and Chubb or Javonte Williams and Hill? I think, personally, A.J. Brown and Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's going to get a lot of work. I think A.J. Brown's going to be the new wide receiver number one. And Philly, obviously, going to get a lot of targets there, so I would go with that. Mikey V, don't miss. How do you feel about the Colts this year? I think the Colts are going to be very good, and that's why you're the man of the people. Damn right I am. Fuck you mean I'm an Oracle genie. I know every single thing that will occur in a given game. Javonte and Tyreek wins. Listen, I don't know what Tyreek's going to do under his new quarterback. I know Nick Chubb's going to get a lot of carries. Who knows, guys? It's a toss-up either way, but I would go with the first group. I would not take the Tyreek group there. I know it's the NFL show, but I missed the early show. What's our nerfie? We don't even have a nerfie right now, guys. We don't even have a nerfie. Waddle or Cooks week one. Waddle or Cooks week one. I think you got to go with Jalen Waddle. I do. I think you got to go with Jalen Waddle. I think Tyreek Hill is going to open him up down the field as well. I think it's going to be a nightmare for the Patriots defense. The heat is also going to be a factor, and that's why I'm going to lean towards Miami in week one. You nerfy sellout. Possibly Padres tonight. Possibly Padres, but who knows? Finally, no nerfy talk. I love it. Can't find your YouTube. So you're going to go up, link in the bio, and you're going to click the Cold Hard Football Facts YouTube channel. It's actually on there. It's in my link tree. There's also the Win the Day YouTube. This one is not streaming on there. It's on the Cold Hard. We got to get to the ads, people. Come on now. J.K. Dobbins or Godwin, full season. Dobbins. Metcalf, Michael Thomas, or St. Brown need one for week one. Waddle, Ayuk, or Bateman week one. I would say, honestly, Waddle. I think Waddle's going to have a huge week one. I really do against the Patriots. That would be my take. But again, I also like Ayuk, Bateman. I'd stay away from. Who are you? Tanner freaking Kern, the GOAT. Tanner, the GOAT. I love it. Looking for some parlay props or picks for week one. Any opinions? Thanks and good luck. We're going to have tons of stuff, guys. We got to get to the show. Waddle or Dillon week one. I'm high on Waddle, guys. I'm very high on Jalen Waddle week one. I think Tyreek Hill is going to be a nightmare, and that's going to open him up because the Patriots are going to lock in on Tyreek Hill. That's going to open up Jalen Waddle down the field. That's just my take. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Week one, a lot of people on Dillon, Zeke, or Jacobs. I think Josh Jacobs, personally, I think the Raiders are going to pound the rock with him. Zeke could be a number two to Tony Pollard pretty quickly. And on top of that, Cowboys don't have much of an offensive line right now. What are your crests? I don't even know what that means. I stay away from week one talk. My last $30, who would I put it on today in MLB? Man, that's a tough one. I think Cardinals run line could be a decent bet. Metcalf, Thomas, or St. Brown this week one. Metcalf, Thomas, or St. Brown this week. I wouldn't go Marquise. DK, I wouldn't go. I'd go Thomas, honestly, out of those three. Commanders -4. I'm on the other side of that. I'm on Jacksonville. What up? What's up, Corona? How we doing, guys? Anyways, make sure you go up in the bio and check out Cold Hard Football Facts right now. This is my company, guys. This is my company. This is what we're doing here. These are unique stats, unique to us, that help us win games, guys. I finished ninth out of all betting media last year because of these stats. They're literally a cheat code. You can start your free trial today, and we're giving 50% off until Sunday night. 50% off till Sunday night if you use promo code KICKOFF. It's the first link in my link tree bio, guys. This is my thing, guys. These are the stats that have helped me. I'm so pumped to be here showing them to you guys. We're going to be using them throughout the season. This is a freaking cheat code, so make sure you go up, link in the bio. Promo code KICKOFF. You're going to get 50% off on the Cold Hard Football Facts stats. Every stat, all our content on the website, all our videos on there as well. So make sure you go up, promo code KICKOFF. Only till Sunday, you're going to get 50% off. That's $70. You're going to pay for it in one bet. One bet you can pay for this subscription for the entire year. Cappers out here charging $250 for picks, guys. We're charging $70. $70 until Sunday to have stats and analytics to help you guys make your own bets and your own decisions. They're a literal cheat code, so make sure you get on it. We can talk more about them as the show goes on as well. Why does the over hit more often in college versus the NFL? Because college is very unpredictable. So, I mean, teams are throwing the ball down the field. They're taking shots. Defenses are a little shaky. Special teams aren't great, right? You're going to get big plays all over. In the NFL, it's a lot more disciplined. So you can see unders are more likely to hit because disciplined teams tend to go under. They play good defense. They run the football efficiently. They don't turn the ball over. That creates a lot of unders. Debo and Freiermuth for Schultz and A.J. Brown. Debo and Freiermuth for Schultz and A.J. Brown. I do like that a lot. I like that a lot, Debo and Freiermuth for Schultz and A.J. Brown, just because Debo's got that dual threat ability. Did you play at Xavier? I did play at Xavier. Yes, back in the day, a long time ago. Muff punts. Don't even get me started on LSU. Don't get me started on – if you're going to get me started on LSU, you better go up, start your free trial today, guys. That's going to be money for you this season, and we're going to use it right here on the show. So let's get into it, guys. My plan this week, Giants 5.5. Hell no. Giants 5.5. Take the other side of that. My plan this week is to talk about a few games a day. Obviously, we really want to focus on Bills-Rams heading into the opener. That's going to be huge for us on Thursday night. But I got 3 games to talk about today. We're going to talk about every single game on the slate. Drop your question in the chat. We're going to get to them. Every single question we get to here. But we're going to start with some news. Then we're moving to Bills-Rams. We're going to talk Steelers-Bengals and then Eagles-Lions at depth today. And then obviously we'll talk about the rest of the games throughout the week. Ralph Martinez, shout out Jaden Daniels, Cajun High School, California. There you go. Ella, you're the GOAT, Tanner. I love it. Giants plus 5.5. Hell no. Don't, guys, stop asking about the Giants. I have jokes here and there. Love it. Love it, Matthew. Bills, Rams under. Apparently, Grant Mitchell, who I trust, media guy in the space, is going with the Bills and Rams under 44.5. Again, I don't look at totals too much. Totals scare me in the opening week of the NFL season just because you don't know what you're going to get. You tend to lean under, though, always in week 1. Rays today, guys. Baseball's done. We're not talking about baseball, but Rays, if I had to pick, I would say yes. They're going against Rich Hill. Come on, guys. Man, Thomas or Zeke in the flex. This is hard, guys, because we don't know what we're going to get out of Zeke. Zeke is the feature back, but it can quickly become Pollard if Zeke doesn't get available early. That front 7 for the Buccaneers is pretty dangerous. I would go with Thomas week 1 in the flex. I really would. What do you guys think? Help you guys. You all help each other out in the comments too. If someone asks a question, go for it. Tag them. Let them know what you're thinking. This is a group. We're here to make money. We're here to win money on NFL and fantasy, NFL betting and fantasy. So make sure you help each other out. Jags points or Washington points. Seems like there's a back and forth conversation. I'm on Jags points. I think they're going to come out on fire behind Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence as well. Again, if you want to watch on YouTube, guys, link in bio. You can watch on the Cold Hard Football Facts YouTube channel. 49ers -7. Zeke or ATN week 1. Zeke, probably. Zeke or ETN week 1. I'd probably go Zeke. Zeke is going to be the feature back, guys, but there's better options than Zeke. Corey Davis or Julio, Melvin Gordon in a trade. Corey Davis or Julio and Melvin Gordon in a trade. Like, who are you getting for them? Who are you getting for them? You mean Corey Davis or Julio and then Melvin Gordon for Melvin Gordon in a trade? I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think that favors the team getting Melvin Gordon a little more. The ATN show, I think the ATN show is going to be pretty fantastic to watch behind Trevor Lawrence in the play action game with Doug Peterson, with an improved offensive line. The Jaguars' offensive line was not that bad last year either. Texans plus 8.5. I think that's the one game that I'm kind of skeptical on. I went with the other side of it, but if anyone can cover 8.5, it's definitely the Texans behind Davis Mills. Do I love that game? No, not at all. I think 8.5 is a little too risky there, but I can see people, and I can see why people are taking Houston at plus 8.5. Let's make some money. Cash these tickets. Damn right. Was that a yes on the Niners? It's always a yes on the Niners. I love the Niners week 1 against the Bears. I think they're going to be fine. Is there going to be a point in that game where we look to Chicago and say, hey, Chicago looks pretty good and we're going to be sweating it out? Yeah, there will be, because the 49ers always tend to struggle at Soldier Field, but I can't see the Bears offensive line doing much, putting up much of a fight throughout that entire game against Bosa in that 49ers front 7. Thoughts on the AFC West? I think the AFC West is legit. I think it's a fantastic division, and I think it's one of those teams will probably be in the AFC Championship game. Niners priced too high at -7. It was better at 6.5, but I don't think it's too high at 7. The Bears aren't that good, guys. We have to conceptualize that. They have Roquan Smith, obviously, on defense. They have Justin Fields on offense. But in between those guys, who do you really have? Not too much. I don't think it's too high of a price. Rams or Bills on the money line. Got to go Bills on the money line. We're going to focus on that game in a minute here. Panthers -2.5. Do love the Panthers at -2.5. Broncos -6.5 is a lock. I love Broncos 6.5 on Monday Night Football. Primetime game. That's a great bet. Now, the one thing is, if anyone knows how to shut down Russell Wilson, it is Pete Carroll. But I don't see them doing it. I think this Broncos team is much more talented than the Seattle Seahawks. Jags with a coach, with a head coach in the game and not college girls. Pants are dangerous this year. I agree. I think the Jaguars are going to make statement week 1. What are some good futures bets to place today? Guys, we can talk about future bets, but I mean, obviously look at look at quarterback yards, look at running back yards. And running back, stay away from for future bets. I'll look at quarterbacks, usually touchdowns and yards. We can talk about that as we get through the show. Hey, get off my Bears. We're not focused on them today. No, we're not, guys. But everyone wants to answer. Everyone wants me to answer all these questions. We got a lot of people on here, a lot of interaction. So I absolutely love it. I don't know no one Trey White who's going to guard Kupp and Rob. I think the Bills step up. I know the Bears blow, but that's driving the line. Bears could win. Bears could win. The Bears could win that game, especially with Trey Lance, week 1 quarterback. But overall, you look at this this San Francisco 49ers team, it's much better than the Chicago Bears. They don't have an offensive line. It's very hard to win football games. Giants plus 5.5. Get that out of here. Ravens -7 over the Jets. Yes. San Francisco line shaky. At 6.5, I would play. At 7, I still like it. I still think it's a fair price. 7.5, now it's a little bit of a different story. Anyways, guys, let's get into the news around the league. Got a couple storylines to talk about here. Again, use promo code KICKOFF, coldhardfootballfacts.com. Links in the bio, guys. These stats can help you with player props, sports betting. I'm going to show you how they do that. So it's just day 1 of it. But if you want to get 50% off, you got to do it before Sunday. So make sure you use promo code KICKOFF on coldhardfootballfacts.com. Let's go. Nationals money line. Hell no. Okay. News around the league. Captain Trubisky is QB1. So just a couple storylines here. Mitch Trubisky will be starting for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think Pittsburgh's going to be pretty good this year. I think they can do something special. I don't think they're at the top of that division by any means. I do think the Bengals get the win week 1, but we're going to break that down later in the show. But he is a captain and he is a quarterback. This is the first time he was a full season captain since his time back in college. And it's Kenny Pickett's team now. So when's Kenny Pickett going to take over? I think hopefully, when I see this decision out of them making Trubisky the captain, I think they think he's going to be QB1 all season long. But overall, we all know, and Trubisky knows as well, this is Kenny Pickett's team moving forward. And then Zach Wilson's still looking to start. The Jets put him through a workout. Coach Robert Saleh said he looked good in that workout. He felt good. Is he going to be the week 1 starter? He's probable right now, but I wouldn't count on it. I think Joe Flacco will be getting the reins. I mean, he is the future of the New York Jets. And if they use him too quickly, if they use him to make some poor decisions with him, if he gets injured in this game because he's not 100% ready to go, I mean, they're giving up on their future for one football game. We know the Jets are not going to be a contender this year by any means, so I think they do sit him. But keep that in mind if you're looking to bet on the Jets this week. May have Zach Wilson, may not have Zach Wilson. Probably will be a game time decision, but he is looking to practice throughout the entire week. Tony, a stud. Kadarius Toney, if he stays healthy, I agree with that. Milf Hunter, Zach Wilson might show up at home. If he plays, guys, keep in mind, if he plays, that's the big story. Titans -5.5. Giants, Tannehill going to have a day throw. Both of the beat Giants pass rushers are injured. Again, guys, I don't see anything out of the Giants. I think Brian Daboll's going to have a different bit of fire under his ass with this team. I think they're going to do a lot of different things on defense as well. But the Titans, they're a better football team. They're number 1 seed in the AFC. I'm not saying Tannehill's a GOAT by any means, but he can make all the throws in that playbook, and they can run the football effectively behind Derrick Henry. So I can see the Titans having a pretty good day. Nationals money line. No, I'm not playing Nationals money line. I'm playing the other side of them on the Cardinals -1.5. National money line hits. Congratulations. I don't think it does, though. Robert Woods should be able to get some targets with A.J. Brown gone, man. I agree with that. I agree. But again, I mean, I still like the Titans to get the job done. I mean, Robert Woods, if you're looking at fantasy, yeah, that's probably a better slot than a lot of other teams with A.J. Brown gone now. Detroit +4. Goff is 5-0 week 1. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. Jared Goff is 5-0 against the spread in week 1 game, so we absolutely love that as bettors. That's a meaningful trend in my opinion. A quarterback creates a winning team, a winning culture. Jared Goff is a winner, and we say people don't love Jared Goff, but he is a winner. He went to the Super Bowl. He's a game manager, but if the right coach can make him look very good, you know who that coach is, right? You know who that coach is. He's coaching for the Detroit Lions. They are going to come out. They are going to pound the rock in this football game, and they are going to be in great shape. Mark my words. We're going to talk about that here in a minute, though. For the Lions. So Dan Campbell's going to get those guys right. Vikings money line, they home, and JJ going to go off. I like the Vikings at +1.5 at home. I think that's a very good deal. Follow the page, guys. We do NFL talk every single day here on the channel. Running back situation in Jacksonville. I think they're going to go with a 2-horse approach, but Travis Etienne is going to be the main guy. Steelers upset or no? Enough talk about it. Hopefully not. I don't think Steelers upset. No, I really don't. We're going to talk about that game after the Bills-Rams. I like Bengals at 6.5. I think that's a fair spread. I love Dan Campbell as well. You have to remember though, you can't let your emotions escape. Let me put this graphic up here. You literally can't let your emotions escape your actual mindset when betting. What's that mean? Dan Campbell's a guy that he exudes emotion. He exudes character, right? He gets you excited, right? He gets people watching him excited. As bettors, we get excited watching Dan Campbell on Hard Knocks giving these passionate speeches, but we need to remember when we place bets, we need to make them by the numbers with our gut as well. But don't just bet on the Lions because Dan Campbell is this guy that gets you to exude emotion, right? Like we want to run through a brick wall whenever we listen to him, right? But when it comes down to it, what's the number? The number's 3.5. I like the Lions at that. If it was 2.5, I'd probably go with the Eagles. That's my take there. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. The Lions low-key got a top 10 offensive line. They do. The Lions are going to be good this year. They're going to go over their win total of 5.5. Do I think they win the NFC North? No. The division's too good with Aaron Rodgers along with the Vikings there. So I don't think they win the NFC North, but I think the Lions are going to be a decent team. How you like Cam Akers and Javonte Williams? I like them both a lot. I really do. I like both those guys. Javonte Williams has come up a lot just on this show already. I think Javonte Williams is going to be a very, very good running back this season for the Denver Broncos. And obviously we know Cam Akers. Cam Akers can do a lot of talented things as a running back, obviously with the Rams this year. So, all right, let's see here. James Conner, a solid RB2 in an 8-man. Yeah, I think James Conner is a really good RB2 in an 8-man league. When did you draft him? That's the biggest question. Ken Woolis, 33. Brad Jensen, will we see the resurgence of Juju on the Chiefs? I think you will. I think Tyreek Hill leaving Kansas City is going to open up the door for Juju to have a lot of opportunities. If anyone can make receivers look good, it's Patrick Mahomes, and I think he does that with Juju Smith-Schuster. Listen, the bottom line is Kansas City is still the number one team in the AFC until someone knocks them off. Until someone hosts another home playoff game in the AFC Championship, Kansas City is the team. Simple as that. You saying the Lions will be better than the Giants? Come on, Tanner, chill with my Lions will be better than the Giants. I like their coaching staff better. I don't like, listen, the Giants don't have an offensive line. The Lions have a much better offensive line. That's going to make a huge difference this year. Brian Dable in his first year as head coach, I don't know what you're going to get. I think they're going to be better, but I think the Giants still have a few more years of really down years before they get back to the top. What are they going to do with Daniel Jones? And are they going to re-sign Saquon Barkley? Those are two big question marks. And if things go wrong for Daniel Jones early, don't be surprised if they pull the plug, go with Tyrod Taylor, and then draft a quarterback next year in a very, very talented class. Connor, yikes, 8-man. Connor, yikes, 8-man got to be something better. Yeah, it's not the best shot, but again, I don't think it's a terrible 8-man league. I don't think it's terrible for running back in an 8-man league, depending on where you draft them. 100% the Lions better than the Giants. I'm a Giants fan. Cole Kmet is a big part of the O. There you go. I don't trust Tua and Tyreek combo. I could be wrong. I need to see what it looks like, but I'm going to bet on it week one. I need to see what it looks like, but I'm going to bet on it week one. I think it's going to be good. I think the Miami Dolphins are going to be in great shape. The Patriots don't know what they're doing on offense right now, which is a big concern of mine, and that's why I'm going to stay away from New England ultimately. But again, guys, Lions are much better than Giants. There's no doubt about that. Lions much better than Giants. David Montgomery was a stud last year, confused where to draft. David Montgomery was a stud last year, confused where to draft and size him up this year. Well, let me get my fantasy rankings up, guys, and we can talk about that. Good call, Tanner, on that Giants move with quarterback. Yeah, I know, guys. I know. Listen, Giants aren't that good. You got to figure out what you're doing with Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley for that matter. Running back wise, let's see here. David Montgomery. Let's get David Montgomery up here. David Montgomery is a tier 4 running back. I would draft him late. I mean, he's a late round pick. There's a lot of guys you're going to go. You're going to take Breece Hall and Travis Etienne before him. Zeke, James Conner. James Conner's middle of the road running back. So an 8-man league, that's a pretty good running back too, in my opinion, for an 8-man league. He's the back end of that 8-man league, but still, I don't think it's a terrible decision there. Russ Cook, Seattle, we know that's going to happen. Is Breece Hall a flex move? Breece Hall is a flex move, but I would still draft him above David Montgomery, in my opinion. Chicago doesn't have an offensive line. That's going to be killer for them this year. And with Justin Fields working in the run game, he's going to take some carries. He's going to take some throws down the field. I don't love David Montgomery this season just because of the offensive line for the Chicago Bears. That front office and that coaching staff is trying to figure out how to rebuild from the last coaching staff. It's not easy, right? I think there's one more down year before they start hopefully coming back to prominence. Is Aaron Jones a good RB2 in a 12-man? Is Aaron Jones a good RB2 in a 12-man league? Let's see here. Is Aaron Jones? Yeah, That's a really good RB2. That's a really good RB2. He's right on the he's right that second tier running backs in a 12-man league. So that's a very good decision. Do I start J.K. Dobbins? You might want to see what he does in week 1 if you have other options. But again, I don't think it's a bad move to start him. I just want to see what he does coming back this season. Barkley slightly overrated. I don't know if Barkley's slightly. Oh yeah, that's not even close. No life. Yeah, I agree. Aaron Jones is a great running back in a 12-man system. Jones and PPR very good in 12. Yep, because he gets the ball as well. Do I start J.K. Dobbins? Depends what you want to do there. I got Jets, Keenan Allen, and Hollywood Brown as my receiver core. How do you like that? I got Jets. Who's Jets? It's assuming Tyreek Hill. Jets, Keenan Allen, and Hollywood Brown. I mean, Hollywood Brown, it's going to be interesting because obviously he's going to be the wide receiver number 1 to start out without Hopkins. I think he's going to be good. Is he going to be great? I don't know what you're going to get out of him and Kyler Murray. I just don't. I don't think it's a terrible group. I don't think it's a great group, though. I got Jets, Keenan Allen, Hollywood Browns, my receiver core. How you like that? NFL opening night should be a national holiday. I agree. You touching Cowboys, Tampa. I'm going to be on Tampa week 1. I know the public's on Tampa. I don't care. It's Tom Brady. How will Brady do this year? I think he's going to do pretty good. I think he's going to have a very good season. Is he going to be as good as he was last year? We always say Tom Brady's going to decline. It's time for the decline downhill. We haven't seen it yet. So what makes you think it's going to happen this year? He still feels like he has something left to play, something left to prove, which he has nothing left to prove, but he still feels like he's got a lot left in the tank. So if Brady believes in himself, I'm going to believe in Tom Brady. He's earned that right. Do I start Lamar or Rodgers? Personally, I'd probably go Lamar against the Jets instead of Rodgers against the Vikings. Bro, he's pushing 50. He's 45, guys. Yeah, but he was 44 last year, and he was the number 1 player in the NFL and the NFL Network's top 100 players. So you can't really judge him off that. I got Carr, Cook, Aaron Jones, Kittle, Zeke, Mike from the Chargers, T. Higgins, and Brown defense. That's a really good team. How many people are in your league? 4 guys? Come on, that's a great team. Jets is Justin Jefferson. Oh, gotcha. Jets, gotcha. Justin, that's a good team with Justin Jefferson then. TB12, 5,000 plus yards. Guys, I'm thinking on the fly here. You see how many damn questions I'm answering in the course of like 20 minutes? All right, come on. Give me the full name of the people so I don't have to think that hard. TB12, 5,000 plus yards this season, no doubt. I think he's pushing 5. I don't know if he hits it, but I think he's pushing 5. You look at his wide receiver core, they're awesome. Now, the offensive line could be an issue. We're going to see how big of an issue that is in week 1. Does he have the interior to throw the ball down the field? Can they hold up a little bit? He gets rid of the ball in 2.5 seconds. But overall, if Tom Brady believes in himself, I need to believe in Tom Brady. The man has won 7 Super Bowls. He was the number 1 player in the league last season at 44. He's coming back at 45. He came out of retirement because he still feels like he has something left in the tank. We got to trust that as bettors. It's 12-man league. That's a good team, man. Best NFL divisional future. Best NFL divisional future. If I had to pick the best NFL divisional future, I like the Colts at -120. I wouldn't want to lay 120 for a division future, but I think that's a decent bet. I would stay away from the Buccaneers. The AFC West, here's my best bet. And I'm not saying it's going to hit, but for value, this is the bet that you want. This is the bet that you want for value. The Las Vegas Raiders to win the AFC West at +700. For pure value in a division, that is definitely the best bet. I'm not saying it's going to hit, but the best bet for value is the Raiders at +700. Tampa O-line has already taken 2 season-ending injuries. I know, guys. I know. We're going to see how much that affects them week 1. There you go. He won MVP last year. Best NFL divisional future. He's better than you at your best. Aaron Rodgers won MVP last year. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers won MVP, not Tom Brady. He was number 1. Tom Brady was the number 1 ranked player, though, according to the NFL Network. Gronk's coming back. What do you think? I think Gronk's done. Unless they're in a position to win a Super Bowl in like week 10, Gronk's not coming back. He's done. What's Gronk got to prove? He's got nothing to prove. Who's your favorite to win week 1? I like the Dolphins week 1. There's a lot of picks, guys. On my personal page, Win the Day YouTube channel, you can go check out all my picks for week 1. They are posted on there. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers won MVP last year, but Tom Brady was still the number 1 ranked player in the NFL, according to the NFL Network. So take it for what you want. Both guys were very good playing quarterback last year. I think Brady finished 2nd or 3rd in the MVP vote. So 2 guys that can still sling it. And Aaron Rodgers is over 40 years old as well. How do you think Marquez Valdez-Scantling's going to do in KC? I think he's going to do good. I think the KC receiving core is going to be legit this year. They lost Tyreek Hill. You still have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. And at the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are a big part of why that team has been so successful. You can piece in receivers there, but if those 2 are constant, they're going to be good. I'm a Cowboys fan. No, he's 40. What we doing today? CeeDee Lamb have a better year this year, I think. What do you think? Aaron Rodgers is over 40 years old, isn't he? What's Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers, age. Aaron Rodgers is 30. Okay, Aaron Rodgers 38. So Aaron Rodgers pushing 40. Gronk is killing life. Beautiful lady and more money. Yeah, he ain't coming back. What are we doing today, brother? We're talking NFL football. Kelsey gets more. Let's see here. I think CeeDee Lamb's going to have a good year. I think the Cowboys don't have enough receiving-wise early in the season to do anything special there. You don't have Gallup till later. You got rid of Amari Cooper. You didn't re-sign Amari Cooper. I don't think that's going to be very, very good for this Cowboys team. I think they needed to do more in the offseason than they did. I'm not high on the Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboy hater. I just don't think they did enough in the offseason to get to where they want to go. Now, on top of that, you lose Tyron Smith. You lose someone that can protect Dak Prescott. It's not going to be a great year for this Cowboys team. I think week one's going to be a barn burner, but I do have to lean with the Buccaneers. Don't sleep on Dalton. I agree. Hey, what are you? What's up, Man C. Garf? Steelers money line, week one. Nope. Steelers money line. Nope. I think Brady was robbed without the MVP Rodgers, not number one. I think Brady was robbed with the MVP. Brady was robbed with the MVP Rodgers, not number one. Well, if the NFL Network ranks you number one, you should probably win the MVP personally. Like Aaron Rodgers not getting number one in the top 100 ranking was pretty much either because the media hates him or I don't know. But Brady, I think Brady deserved it a little more. Yeah, I do. I'm a Brady guy though. I mean, my family has season tickets to Buccaneers. We're Brady people. You already talk MLB. I already talked MLB at 10 a.m. If you want to watch that, go back 10 a.m. Drop your questions in the on my latest video. I'll answer your MLB questions if you drop them on my latest picks video though. I see Waller sitting late in draft. Shouldn't his stock go up with Devontae open up field? It should. I think Darren Waller, if you don't grab Darren Waller, you should grab him. He is an elite tight end. He's in a contract season too. We know how well people need to play in contract years because they're trying to go out and get the bag. Darren Waller is going to do that this year along with his quarterback, Derek Carr. He's going to find him in the flats because Devontae Adams is going to open up the middle of the field for Waller to be underneath and catch passes. I think that's a great bet. Media does hate him. Steelers 4-0 in last four openers. Well, they don't have Ben Roethlisberger anymore. Any possible upsets this week you can see? I think Jacksonville could be an upset. Steelers, like Rajan's saying, I don't think that's a terrible upset pick. Again, though, 6.5 points. I'm going to go with the reigning defending AFC champions who almost won the Super Bowl in the Cincinnati Bengals. What do you think of the Dolphins -2.5 versus Pats, 49ers 6.5 versus Bears and Saints? I have Saints 5.5. I have Dolphins 2.5, and I have 49ers 6.5. So I'm on the same side of all those plays. Hunter Renfrow benefits most from Adams to the Raiders. I agree. I think this Raiders team is going to be legitimate. We look at the Raiders right now. Derek Carr on offense with Josh McDaniels, one of the best offensive minds in football. That's going to help him out. It's also going to open up Devontae Adams because we know Josh McDaniels is going to find ways to get Adams open, whether he's in double coverage or not. And then you have Darren Waller in the flats playing tight end, and you also have Hunter Renfrow, and you have a great run game behind Josh Jacobs. This Raiders team is going to be legit. So someone was asking what my best future bet is. I'm not saying the Raiders are going to win a division, but when we look at futures, we want value because we can hedge late in the season. And I'll tell you what, Raiders plus 700, 7-1 odds for them to win the AFC West when they're 4-0 in the preseason, new coaching staff. People are excited about Las Vegas football, and they have a defense that can compete. Man, plus 700, that's a good bet. That's a really good bet in my opinion. I'm not saying it hits because the bottom line is the Chiefs still own the AFC until someone hosts an AFC championship game other than Kansas City. But when you're talking 7-1 odds, it's hard not to bet on this Raiders team. What they did down the stretch without a coach last year, now they have a great coaching staff in there, one of the best offensive minds in the game. Hard not to bet on Las Vegas. Good stuff. Glad to hear. Seem like bait lines. So there's a lot of bait lines. You see what bookmakers are doing this week. There's a ton of 6.5s and there's a ton of 5.5s and there's a ton of 2.5s. That's what bait lines are, guys. They want you to take the favorite there. So you might want to think dog in that case. But again, when it comes down to it, the bookies don't know what's going to happen. I'm just break this down. There's all this reverse line movement and all that shit. Listen, the bookies don't know what's going to happen. And I know some of you guys think it's going to happen. There's trap, but there's the players go out and play the game. They go out and they compete and they play the game. Bookmakers are really good at setting lines right where they think they're going to be. And they usually are pretty accurate. But the bottom line is the Patriots go out and play the Dolphins. Bill Belichick isn't saying, hey, we need to be within 2.5 for the points for Vegas. The Miami Dolphins aren't saying, hey, we need to lose by 2 so the Patriots can cover. They ain't saying that, okay? That's what it comes down to, guys. There's a lot of trap games on Sunday. There's trap games every day in sports. It's the NFL, it's college football, it's MLB. There's traps all over the place, guys. It's sports betting. It's sports bet. You think yesterday when I was playing, how many baits? I played last night. I played Georgia Tech. You think Georgia Tech was a trap? That was a lot of points, right? Well, what happens in the last second of the game, the last minute of the game? Clemson scores a touchdown, covers the spread, wins by 30. They don't cover. That was a lot of points. You think bookmakers tried to appeal people at Georgia Tech, but there was no doubt Clemson was a better team once they got going. College football is the go-to trap. There's traps all over the place, guys. It's sports betting. It's sports betting. I got Kirk Cousins, Renfro, Kadarius Toney, Jamal Williams, and Thielen on my bench. Well, that's some good trade bait there. You got some good trade bait. Would you recommend teasers to avoid the bait? I would always recommend teasers. I think two-team teasers, teasing through the critical numbers, are great. I'd personally rather go a two-team teaser with the points. But week one's a different story because we look at week one. We don't know what teams are going to get really anywhere, right? We can see what they did in the preseason a little bit. We can go off what they did last year. Even our stats at Cold Hard, guys, by the way, start your free trial. Promo code kickoff, 50% off. 50% off until Sunday. This is my system. This is what we use. This is why we did so well in NFL last year. You guys saying my bets suck, but you know what? NFL, we crushed it because of the Cold Hard Football Facts. Start your free trial today. Anyways, we look at week one. We don't really know stats. We don't have any inkling on week one because these are new teams, new coaches. I'm glad I came across this live. This is the kind of sports talk I want to see. Love that. Need a 10 spice. We do it every day at noon. We're also on at 10 a.m. doing baseball betting, football betting. The scheduling is going to change up a little bit, the program scheduling, because obviously football is more important. So we might move this show to 10 and maybe talk betting later. Future bet division winners and conference winners Super Bowl matchup. Future bet division winners and conference winners for the Super Bowl matchup. All right. So if I had to pick my division champ, let me get to these other questions and I'll get to that. Can you please explain teasers? So teasers is basically when you, Matthew, I'm going to get to you in a minute. I'm going to go through every division. I'll give you my winning teams in every division. But teasers are basically when you tease the spread in your favor. You adjust the spread in your favor, right? So I can take two-team teaser and I can go, usually do them at 3-point teasers, 6-point teasers. Some books allow you to do 10-point teasers. Now teasers are kind of different because they're basically just alternate spreads. So I could tease one game by 3. I could tease one game by 2. I could tease one game by 8 on alternate spreads. It's, on FanDuel and DraftKings, you can do that, right? So let's just say I had a 3-team teaser and I got the Dolphins at 2.5 and I got, or let's say here 3-team teaser. Let's go 3-team teaser or 2-team teaser. Okay. So let's take the Dolphins. They're favored by 2.5 points, right? And then the Dolphins are favored by 2.5. And then you have, let's think of another spread week one. Let's take the Bears. Say you like the Bears at plus 6.5. So I'm going to go a 3-point teaser on that. So I could take the Dolphins from 2.5 down to 1.5 plus 1.5. So now all they have to do is win the game or be within 1. And then I could take the Bears from 6.5 up to 9.5. So now we tease through that critical number of 7. They could lose by 8 points or 9 points, and I would still win the bet. So hopefully that makes sense. It's when you adjust the spreads in your favor, and you can see it on FanDuel and DraftKings. If you guys want a tutorial, we can do that on YouTube anytime. Just come over on YouTube. Let me know. All right. I think Chris Olave has a chance to get rookie there. Okay, Matthew wants the future bets for the division. Rondo, stop throwing out the biggest damn spreads in college football every week. Okay, come on now. All right. Here's my predictions for the divisions. I think AFC East, you got to go with the Buffalo Bills. AFC South, you have to go with the Colts. You don't have to, but here's why I'm good. I'd go Bills, Colts. AFC North, I would probably go in the AFC North. That's a tough division. I'm going to give the edge to the Bengals. I think the Bengals win the North. In the West, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. But I do like the Raiders at 7-1. I think that's worth betting at 7-1. But if I had to pick right now, the AFC still runs through Kansas City. So there's my 4 division winners. In the NFC, which is not as deep of a division, NFC East, still going to take the Cowboys right now. I don't think that's worth betting though. NFC West, Rams. I think you got to go with the Rams in the West. NFC North, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. The NFC is still owned by Aaron Rodgers until the playoffs, right? And then the NFC South, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. So those are my teams. If I had to pick a Super Bowl right now, it's going to be Tampa Bay. I think in Tom Brady's last season, it's the narrative, it's the storyline. We got to ride with it. And then I also believe in the AFC, I want to say the Bills, right? Bills, Chiefs. I think that could be, those are probably the 2 teams most likely there. So hopefully that answers your question. Hear me out. If Jameis stays healthy, even with Olave and Thomas and Kamara, Jarvis Landry will eat. I agree with that. And Jarvis Landry being back in Louisiana, like that's huge for him. He wants to be back in Louisiana. So that's going to be big. Steelers have the best defense in the division. I think they're going to be good. 2 words, TJ Watt. Here's 2 words for you, though. Here's 2 words. Mitch Trubisky. Not a top 20 quarterback. Rajon, guys, if you listen to Rajon, I mean, people ask me, oh, how are Rajon's picks? Guys, hell, they're probably better than mine half the time. But I'll tell you this, Rajon literally thinks that Mitch Trubisky is a top 20 quarterback. He shouldn't even be allowed to comment for saying Mitch Trubisky is a top 20 quarterback. I think we overrate the Colts too much. Listen, their ability to run the football, though, I think the Colts are going to be special there with the play action game. It's Colts or Titans in that division. It's not Jaguars. Sure as hell not Jaguars. Okay. All right. Also like the Colts. There we go. In a super flex league, I got Jalen Hurts and Kirk Cousins. I like that. I like Jalen Hurts and Kirk Cousins. I think that's good. Jalen Hurts is a top-tier fantasy quarterback. Is that going to translate to winning on the field this year? I don't know. We'll see if he can sit in the pocket. He should be a better thrower than he was last year, but his legs open him up to be so much more dynamic in the fantasy game. Mitch ain't even top 32. Thank you. We went through every quarterback in the NFL the other day, and we're like, this guy's freaking crazy. He's top 32. We went through the numbers. We did the numbers. He is top 32. He's not top 20, though. That was crazy. Predict all you want. It comes down to injuries. Thank you, Buster. I appreciate that. But if we didn't have anything to predict, the show wouldn't be a thing. So we got to predict. All right, let's talk about Bills-Rams a little bit. We'll save the other games for later in the week. Let's just focus on Bills-Rams right now. Buffalo Bills -2.5 versus the LA Rams. The over-under is set at 52.5. Kickoff scheduled for 8:20 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. Again, we had a comment here earlier from Grant Mitchell. Grant is a sports writer. He was at the Sports 2.0 network formerly. So he Rams versus Bills under 44.5. He did +250. Is a steal. Defense is ahead of the offenses. So he did an alternate total and he teased it down. So we can talk about teasers as well. For totals, you can also tease totals as well. Not touching that game. So Mr. Rajan, of course you're not touching that game. The spread's only 2.5. You only touch 30-point spreads. What's the latest words on Trey Lance? Is he elite? We can't even ask that question right now, guys. We literally can't ask if Trey Lance is elite because it's Trey Lance, right? Like he hasn't played yet. We can't sit here and say he's elite. There's the best. I got a lot of crap the other day for, saying that Jimmy Garoppolo is the best quarterback on the San Francisco 49ers, and he is the guy that's going to lead them to the promised land. He is right now. Right now, everyone wants Trey Lance to work out, but we can't sit here and say Trey Lance is the best quarterback in the game because he hasn't been. We don't know. We have no clue. Jimmy G back in the Niners is a red flag. Yeah, he will be starting at some point this year. He will definitely be starting at some point for the Niners. We don't know when, unless Trey Lance takes the reins. But if there's a point in the season when San Francisco needs to win a Super Bowl, and Trey Lance isn't the guy to do it, they will quickly switch to Jimmy G because we know he's been there. We know he can get the job done. Again, guys, if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch right now, I'm sorry. It seems like the connection's not great. Hopefully we can get that fixed here in a minute, see if it'll come back. We'll take a little break before we talk about Bills Rams, see if that connection can come back. But we'll answer some TikTok comments. I know the Bills are very good, but it's crazy to me. Super Bowl winners last year, underdogs week 1. The Bills are not dogs week 1. They're 2.5 points on. Oh yeah, you mean Rams? Listen, I think the Bills are a very good team. I think the Bills are a top tier team. I think this year though, the one thing to keep in mind is the Rams are healthy, and when the Rams are healthy, it's going to be a totally different ball game. Thoughts on Julio Jones? I just think Julio Jones enhances that Tampa Bay receiving core that much more. Is he going to be the Julio Jones of the past that we knew and loved from Atlanta? No, I don't think so. But I mean, I think he's going to be pretty special this year. Julio Jones old. He is old now. It's a big name, right? We'll see if this connection can come back on YouTube. If it can't, we'll just keep talking on TikTok. There we go. Connection came back. Hey, Papa, what's up? What's up, guys? What's up? All right. There's a future bet for the Jaguars to win the AFC South at +800. Would not take that. Wouldn't take it at all. I think the AFC South is too good. Listen, the Jaguars can beat the Colts. We saw it last year in Week 17, but as a whole, not this year. Okay, let's see. Pats, Fins. I'm going to be on the Fins at -3. Washed up. Who's washed up? Julio Jones. I don't see that happening. What don't you see happening, Matthew? Did I miss Pats, Fins recap? We really haven't talked Pats, Fins too much. We'll talk about that more later in the week. But ultimately, I think I got to lean with the Dolphins in that game. Patriots don't know what they're doing offensively right now. They don't have an offensive coordinator. They took two washed up head coaches, really, or two guys that didn't make it as head coaches, made them call an offense for a quarterback that needs to develop. So overall, I got to go with Miami. I would take Julio over OBJ right now. Well, yeah, I would take Julio over OBJ right now. OBJ's got a freaking torn ACL. They're betting on the resurgence from Trevor Lawrence and new coaching staff, and I think that's going to work out. I just don't think right now is the time for it to work out. Ravens -6.5. You have to take it against the New York Jets in week 1, especially if Zach Wilson's starting. That's what I'm going to say. Zach Wilson with the knee problem. I think that's the move week 1. So the connection's unstable right now on YouTube, guys. Again, I apologize if you're watching over there. If you want to come over to TikTok and just search Tanner Current and watch the remainder of the show, we're only going to talk about Bills right now to conclude the show a little bit. We'll break down more Bills props as the week goes on, prop stuff, all that good stuff. Flacco could start 2 revenge game. That's what I'm afraid about. I'd rather see if Flacco's starting. I still think the Jets don't do anything, but if Flacco's starting, revenge game, it's not really a revenge game. I mean, like, he won a Super Bowl there. He was washed up, but I think Joe Flacco could, it's going to be more of an emotional game. There's going to be emotional attachment, and we don't like that in the NFL. We like games with no emotional attachment. Julio's Brady now, not Tannehill, Duke, and Ball still. I agree with that. Lawrence going to be running for his life. I don't think so. His offensive line's actually really good. I mean, according to our indexes, the Jaguars had an offensive line right outside the top 10, an offensive hog index. You can see all this stuff if you go up, link in bio, promo code kickoff. You're going to get 50% off. You'll pay for it with one bet. Come on now. Tom Brady declines this year. Rajan, I don't think Tom Brady declines because Tom Brady's going to know when he's going to decline, and it's not right now. Bro, you were supposed to agree with me. Lawrence going to be running for his life. I can't agree with you, Commander Nation, because I know you're Commander Nation. I can't agree with you. You're rooting for the command. Any team that changes their name 15 times in 2 years, that's not good, guys. Okay, that's not good. Damian Pierce, Marlon Mack gone. What you think? Damian Pierce, Marlon Mack gone. What you think? They're saying don't bet high on him. It's not that they're saying don't bet high. I mean, I wouldn't invest too much. That's my take. I wouldn't invest too much. But again, we don't know what's going to happen until we get out on the field, right? LML, best show on TikTok. I love it. Any nerfies today, Rajan? No nerfies today. Get rid of this nerfy talk. If I'm going to nerf you one game, it's going to be Padres later when I need a little hit of dopamine. But that's it. I'm trying not to nerf you guys. I'm trying not to nerf you. But anyways, guys, don't understand the Peace hype. He's in one of the worst offenses. He's good, but that O is yikes. That yo. Don't understand the Damon Pierce hype. That's what we're talking about. Well, here's the thing. All right. Here's the thing. Houston's getting better. They have Davis Mills. They're going to be in okay shape. I mean, he's still running back one. He's still going to get a lot of carries. They got nothing to lose. They're going to try stuff out this year. That's all I can talk about. I mean, there's a lot of hype around because of a very good athlete, and I think the Houston Texans are evolving, right? Do I think they're as good as they have been with, Mr. Tuggy Deshaun? No, but still a 5-1 team. Yeah, still a 5-1 team, but there's high hopes. That's how I'd say it. I'm hot on college football. Any touch. Rondo just takes all the 30-point spreads in college football. He hits them all. Dolphins need to use Mike Gesicki more, man. He's good. I agree with that. I agree. And we don't know what we're going to get out of the Dolphins too. There's a lot of unknowns with the Dolphins that we're going to get. I mean, with the offensive-minded system coming in there, I mean, Mike Gesicki could get a lot more targets. But anyways, guys, quickly touch on this Buffalo versus LA Rams game for Thursday night. We'll break this down more tomorrow. Again, we're running towards the end of the show here. Connection's not great on YouTube as well, so I don't want to continue going on if the connection's not great. But Buffalo Bills -2.5 versus the LA Rams. The over-under is set at 52.5. Kickoff scheduled 8:20 on Thursday night. I got to ride with the Buffalo Bills in this football game. We can get more in-depth about this tomorrow, but I think they're very good on defense. I think the hype around them is real right now. And on top of that, Josh Allen, sensational. When we look at what the Rams are doing right now behind Matthew Stafford, the elbow apparently is good. They are healthy. That's kind of a concern for me as a Bills better, but they're getting healthier. I just think personally 2.5 for the Bills with all this high hopes. It's going to be an emotional game. I think the Bills come in and make a statement on Thursday night. Cooper Kupp's going to score a touchdown. I think that's a very good play. Cooper Kupp anytime touchdown. It's always a good play. Cooper Kupp to find the end zone. Now, with that being said, I don't think Cooper Kupp is the Triple Crown receiver winner this year by any means, but I think he has a very, very good year. You're good at speaking, bro. Are you a journalism major? So I wasn't a journalism major in undergrad. I do take some classes right now, though, for masters, and hopefully I can get to like ESPN or something. So we're growing the following on TikTok right now. Actually, we got an article coming out on Forbes, guys. Very excited this week. We'll have an article out on Forbes, so could not be more pumped about that. I appreciate you saying that. So we're starting to get into the major media companies a little bit. So that's the goal. So we're going to be writing a Patriots preview for Forbes this week. So I couldn't be more pumped about that. Cooper Kupp touchdown play is always good. Davis Mills sound like he bags groceries at Winn-Dixie. There we go. Ravens, rooting for you, bro. Appreciate it, Shad. Anytime touchdowns week 1, Dalton Schultz, Cooper Kupp, Amos St. Brown, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson. I think those are good. I wouldn't parlay them, but I think they're good. You don't need to really parlay anytime touchdowns. Gabe Davis or Stephon Diggs, anytime touchdown score. Gabe Davis or Stephon Diggs, anytime touchdown score. I think Stephon Diggs over Gabe Davis. But that's just my initial play. Why not go for both of them? Who knows? I mean, if anyone's finding the end zone in this football game, it's going to be Stephon Diggs, and it's also going to be Cooper Kupp. Those are the two guys that I would bet, because out of everyone on the field, as unpredictable as anytime touchdowns are, we know the two guys that are getting the most passes thrown to them, or at least going into the game, they're going to try to get the ball to as much. Stephon Diggs is number 1 for the Bills, and number 1's Cooper Kupp for the Rams. It will be Knox. Knox could find the end zone. Everyone thinks Bills will win. Who do you guys not remember what the Rams did last year? I remember the Rams barely survived to get to the Super Bowl and found a way to win. That's what I remember. Gabe Davis has a good chance scoring with Ramsey on Diggs. I agree. It'll be Knox. Tanner, what are the odds for Cooper Kupp touchdown? I saw it under my Cooper Kupp anytime touchdown's not even. It's got to be plus. It's got to be close to plus money. If it's not plus money. Again, guys, you're watching on YouTube. I'm sorry. We'll get this connection fixed tomorrow. This is not good. Cooper Kupp anytime touchdown is minus 155. Damn. So that's really, I don't love that at minus 150. I see. I'd rather take Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis for plus 130, plus 145 rather than Cooper Kupp with the value there. Like minus 155 is too much for an anytime touchdown score. Josh Allen plus 160 anytime touchdown with his legs. You never know there. Dawson Knox plus 220. Don't hate that. Minus 155 is definitely not worth it. Bro, the Rams were the best team all year. What are you talking about? The Rams were not the best team. Actually, the Bills ranked higher. So we have our quality stats. So at Cold Hard Football Facts, guys, we have 22 quality stats that go into our final ranking, right? Guess what the Bills rank? Number 2. Guess what the Rams rank? Number 6. The Bills can play with the Rams. They deserve to be 2.5-point favorites based on those metrics right there. So make sure you get up, guys. You can see everything I'm talking about. All my takes come off facts. Go to Cold Hard Football Facts, 50% off now. Promo code kickoff. You can see it right here on YouTube. 50. Who's going up to sign up for Cold Hard Football Facts? Come on, people. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Help me out. This is my platform, guys. This is my business. So go help us out. And it's going to help you out, guys. You're going to get paid by doing this. I mean, I had a great NFL season because of this. How the Bills do? Bills didn't have a great playoff. We know that. I'm signing up. Love that, Chris. I appreciate it. If you use promo code kickoff, guys, promo code kickoff, 50% off. 50% off. You get stats, content, all this stuff. It's not like a tout service. It's not a tout service. It's we're selling stats for you guys to use in your betting to help make your own decisions. Because again, we're not here to sell picks. Okay, who's number one? Number one last year. I'll look it up right now. So number one last year, I can show you guys what the screen looks like, but weekly game analysis here. I can show you this stuff. Let's see. Kind of see that going. You can see all the stuff, quality stats. So our quality stats power rankings right here. You can kind of see it. So it ranks them all. Like you had Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was 1, Bills 2, Dallas 3, Patriots 4. And it's based on our 22 quality stats right here. So you can see we have hog index, passer rating, defensive real quarterback rating, real passing yards per attempt, scoreability, quality standings, all this stuff. Offensive rush rating, defensive rush rating, correlation to victory, predictive rate of victory. You can see how every stat meant like winning wise. So like, for example, if you look at real quarterback rating, which is a number one indicator of championship football teams on the season last year, it was 149 and 106. So you won 60% of the time just playing the team that had the better quarterback. So it's actually really cool. So like week 14, if you played the better quarterback, 10-4, week 2, 9-7, week 3, 10-6, week 5, 12-4, just by playing the team with the better quarterback on the season, you would have won 58% of the time. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive stuff. Tanner, you won't give out picks for NFL. I always give out picks for NFL. I'll give out my pick. Guys, I'm giving out my picks, but I want just the service for you guys to have the platform to make your own decisions off of what I use. So I'll give out my picks always, but that doesn't mean you're going to agree with them based on the numbers that I see either. So make sure you sign up, guys. Link in bio, promo code kickoff. Steelers beating Cincy. Possibly. I'm going to go with Cincinnati minus 6.5, though. Broncos minus 6.5 spread. I absolutely love that. Steelers or Bills defense for week 1. I think Steelers defense is probably the way to go week 1, especially with Joe Burrow not getting as many reps in the preseason as they would have hoped. So I think probably Pittsburgh's going to have a more legit defense to start the season. But anyways, guys, we're on here every day at noon. Every day at noon, we're on here. We're getting after it. So make sure you show up at noon and 10 a.m. We also do a Nerfy a day, usually our first quarter football sweat. We'll have a lot of stuff. So 10 a.m. is usually we talk college football, baseball, NFL, all that stuff. But right now at 12 o'clock, we usually talk just football. So NFL football, Cold Hard Football Fact Show. I appreciate you joining me. I saw someone wrote Texans +8. That's gutsy. It is gutsy, but again, the 8-point swing there definitely makes it a little more appealing. If it was like 7, definitely not. 8, it's a little more appealing. I still wouldn't take it, though. But anyways, guys, we're going to sign off here. I hope everyone has a great day. I hope everyone wins some money on baseball, and we'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the Cold Hard Football Facts at noon. Remember to start your free trial day. Use promo code KICKOFF. Link in bio, guys. These stats are money, and we'll get to explore them throughout the season. So let's make it happen. Take Cowboys run line. No, Cowboys spread, not run line. Tease the points up. We're going to take it close like last year. There you go. So, guys, hope everyone has a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the Cold Hard Football Facts Show.
Make it some and I'm spending some.